I think I could go till 2. I would be like dancing with him with my eyes shut.
Yeah.
I was like Stevie Wonder. I was just like the whole time. So
like, damn,
now,
she's really feeling it.
Yeah, she's feeling it. What drugs is she on?
Woo! Welcome back.
Woo! Yeah!
We're here again. We're here again despite the restraining order.
Welcome back to Cancel Your Plans. I'm Mary Ryan.
I'm Kyle Kasabian.
You can't say that because then people will start saying Kasabian.
Okay, right. His name is Kasabian.
Oh my gosh.
Such a diva over
That
here.
was such a strange microaggression towards me.
Kyle.
I'm kidding.
Guys, do you see what Kyle's wearing?
It's Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Look at her. She looks great.
I've been very fussy about making sure that she's in frame, but every time I move this around, it'll probably block her face, whatever.
It's okay.
How was your week, Mary?
My week was good. I'm trying to think of something I canceled on, and I'm sure there's something.
Do you want to know what I canceled my plans on?
Yeah, tell me.
I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. Well, I canceled my plans to do laundry this week.
Ooh.
So it got busy. So I ran out of underwear, and then I had to wear compression tights as underwear.
Tight.
Like gym, yeah, like like the compression pants, like gym
long
pants.
johns?
Like kind of like sort of like spandexy.
But they're pants.
They're like leggings, like gym leggings, like compression tights.
Oh, like what's the armor?
Like Under Armour.
Under Armour.
So those were sort of like I used that as underwear for a day, and it felt like I had a sporty little secret under my pants.
Ew. I mean, it's been cold this week, so probably smart.
It was honestly, it wasn't bad. It was like thermal underwear, but then also like I felt like I could remove if I had tearaway pants, I could then be like, I don't know, I'd look like a speed skater or something and be like,
yes, that's exactly.
If someone stole a purse and they'd be like, someone stop him, and I'd go, I've got it, and I go, and I'd be so aerodynamic and then sprint after them and catch up to them. That's what it felt like.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I realized as you were talking that I canceled this week twice to see the movie Sinners.
Oh, nice.
I really want to see it in theaters, and it's rave reviews, but I've been invited twice this week, 2 separate times, and both times didn't work for me, and I just went, I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do this.
Again, you work at the email factory.
Yeah, many hours a day.
Yeah.
So, but I really want to see that movie.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Do you want to see it in theaters?
I do, yeah. It's on the list of among the other things that I canceled on this week. It was like, I have to find time to get to the movie.
Cinema.
It's just been a busy week.
It's been a busy week.
And the laundry thing really tripped me up because I was like, I don't have anything to wear.
Besides these long underwear.
I was wearing other clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like when you slowly are like, I want to go out to this thing, but I'm going to wear something that's like dirty or like whatever. So I figured that out. And I mean, I talked about this on the our live show with Nick. Was that like when I do laundry, I do this thing where I take the pants out of the dryer and then I put the sweatpants on my arms.
Oh, it feels so warm.
Do you know what I call it?
No.
Sweatpants arms.
That's so beautiful.
So then I have when I'm doing sweatpants arms, I fold the laundry, and then
and you
it keeps
feel
my
the
arms
warmth.
warm. Yeah. And then sometimes I'll be like, oh, if the laundry's folded, I don't want to take them off. Maybe I can make some lunch, and then I'll make lunch with sweatpants on my arms, hot sweatpants.
Oh.
And then even after that, do you want to know what's even
that.
sicker? Do you want to know what's even sicker,
What?
sweetie? Is that maybe sometimes, you're eating lunch with sweatpants on your arms. You get food, you get a little dribblage on them, and you go, oh no, I have to wash these sweatpants again. I gotta wash them, then dry them, make them hot again, and then guess what? Put them on my arms.
You're sick.
I know.
Do these sweatpants have like mustard and ketchup all over them?
No, they're
from
just
all
like
your
a pair
eating?
of sweatpants that were dry, and then I made them hot, and then I put the hot sweatpants on my arms. It's like my Temple Grandin hugging machine.
Why not put a sweatshirt into the dryer?
Because that's
not
too
sweatpants
much
arms?
coverage.
Okay, you
the
just
arms,
it's
because
just
then the heat comes out the back.
right. So you're able to just cover your arms, but your back is getting air.
Exactly. Now you're seeing the vision.
I'm seeing the vision.
Anyway, so that's what I canceled my plans on this week. We have a great show for you today.
We do, despite all of that.
Uh-huh.
Despite the trauma that we just went through hearing about sweatpants arms.
Okay, relax. Sweatpants arms will change your life. Get into sweatpants
I will be
arms.
trying it. I'm doing laundry tonight.
Mm-hmm. We have a great show today. Amanda Lehan-Canto's here. Friend of
She's
the
so
pod.
funny.
We love Amanda. We're going to chat for a little bit. And while you're here, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel on YouTube and also leave a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
It's so important so that people have word of mouth about our podcast. And like, you know, we really value our listeners, and we want you guys to spread the good word.
Yeah, if you want more of the show, then that's a really tangible way that you can help.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming back.
Thanks, guys.
We love you. And yeah, stay tuned. Today, we are joined by an actor and comedian. You know her from a zillion things she's done with SMOSH, or if you're like me, you're a fan of her early work as a local news anchor. Please welcome the very funny Amanda Lehan-Canto.
Wow.
Amanda, hi.
Were you a news anchor?
No, it wasn't. But I did work I did work at
We're
the
a field
local
reporter?
news. No, I was Channel 7. No, I was a PA, teleprompter, and then a news writer, and I made a news reporting reel.
I thought, wow, you did a good job because those look like real stories.
Well, that's because they were real stories.
Wow.
What?
I know, it's very weird. For the reel, you follow around a reporter, and then they give you their stories, and you use their stories and then like send it out to other news stations.
To be hired as a news anchor.
But what I learned the hard way is if you want to be a news reporter, you have to start at the bottom. Like middle of fucking nowhere.
Oh, you have to go to like Idaho.
Yes,
Yeah,
and like
sure.
just you for
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, I loved the news, but it was like my mom kind of was like, you should do that because it's like the closest thing to acting, and I was like, okay.
Parents love to
So
say that.
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fellow
Are you from Mass too?
Massachusetts.
Nice.
And they'll be
We're-
like, hey, good for you.
We
You're
have
on the
Azorean
news.
Portuguese.
Yeah, we're both
Wow.
Portuguese from Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Wow. I know. I recently learned, like, I was watching a documentary and I realized how many Portuguese people are in Massachusetts.
It's like all Portuguese people.
Yeah.
And Irish.
I had no idea.
You ever see Mystic Pizza?
Oh, yes,
Mystic
I have.
Pizza, honey, don't get me started.
Oh, is that like a Portuguese-Irish family or just a...
They're
well,
very
Julia
Portuguese.
Roberts, she can't be with the wealthy waspy guy because she's Portuguese and it's low class and she works
Yep.
at a pizza place.
Okay, yeah.
And it's funny
Yeah.
that you mentioned that because I was leaving my house today and my hair is fucking crazy. And my husband was like, you kind of look like Julia Roberts a little bit. Like,
Oh,
Yeah, I
and I
see
was like,
it.
oh, back in the day,
Sexy.
Julia? Okay. That's
There we go.
awesome.
Oh, you have incredible hair. What do you mean
thanks.
you were feeling weird about it
Well,
today?
it's just I dried it and
Fair.
I wasn't going to allow myself to come here with my hair wet.
You'd be
Now-
surprised how many people come in here soaking wet.
wet.
I just can't do it. I could do it, but not for you guys.
That's so sweet. Your hair looks great.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Julia Roberts.
You're
in
Julia
Mystic
Roberts.
Pizza. She's so hot. And then Mystic Pizza, I was addicted to because I have 4 sisters, and that felt very. It was all sisterly stuff,
Yeah.
and it was so.
And
it
It makes me miss
Massachusetts.
home a lot.
makes me miss home a lot. My aunt still lives in Mystic.
Really?
She lives in Mystic, Connecticut. Yeah, I think that was shot in Mystic,
Yeah, in
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
But it's like
It's on the water, right?
got
It's like
such
a coastal town.
It's,
Yeah.
It's like a fishing town.
Yeah.
But it's just
Fishing town.
such a
Fish and a mat. Yeah. New England.
quintessential
The sweater, spooky weather.
spooky weather, and I think
Yeah.
there's places all along, like in that general area in New England, that never left the 80s. Everything looks exactly the same,
Never. Yep.
and it's so like those pizza places. You're like,
You know those pizza places where they're like, we're never sharing the recipe.
we're never sharing it. Well, let me tell you this: in my hometown, there was this place called Lakeside Pizza, and it's like
Of
because I grew up like
course.
around a
Yeah.
lake, and there was this. I think he's retired, but this guy Georgie, shout out to Georgie. Georgie retired from Lakeside Pizza, and everyone in town was like, the pizza's gone downhill since Georgie retired. Georgie retired,
Oh,
and then
shit.
Georgie
Of
came
course.
back, and they put up a big banner, and they said a big banner, and they said Georgie's back, and Georgie came back to kind of save the business, but I think he's retired since again because he kind
Of course, because he's probably like, I can't do this
this.
anymore.
Yeah.
Physically.
Can he have like it's someone he teaches, like a mentee?
I think that's what happened.
People
but
don't trust.
They don't trust, but also
he needs
it's
to
like.
sit down with someone and really teach them the technique.
But it's not even like that. Here's the thing: the
They don't. They
technique.
still wouldn't trust. It's probably
Sure.
just like,
That's
Yeah.
it. These are like cheeseburger subs. Is on like a.
these are steak and cheese, fucking, and people are just like,
Oh, you're
ever
really
since Georgie
talking my
left,
language.
I fucking
I love
steak
it.
and cheese was my vibe.
Yep.
Like, who the fuck was I?
One time I went home and went out to lunch with my mom, and I asked for something that like got like a salad, and there were like black beans on it, and she went, "Oh, Hollywood."
Stop.
Isn't that crazy? Do
What?
you ever get stuff like that with your family?
Yeah, of course. I cut my bangs here.
Oh yeah.
And my mom was like, how long are you keeping
Oh,
those?
yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to have him for my wedding. She was like, why? Have your hair long.
That's
and
such a
gorgeous.
classic. Have
Men
your
like long hair.
And my husband doesn't give a fuck. He's like, you should shave it. I don't
those
care.
Those bangs were great. I love those bangs.
Are you the only one in your family that's out here?
Yeah. My sister was out here. And she worked for Netflix and then moved to Connecticut, actually.
She was a good girl and she moved back.
She was a good girl. She moved back. The family loves her now. She's in the will.
Yeah.
And then the youngest one was out here and then she was in San Diego and she's hopping around. But she's not here anymore. So it's just me. And I'm having a fucking baby out here.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, how are you going to deal with...
really...
Is your
People
mom
don't think about this where they're like, oh shit, I'm an East Coast person and my kid is going to be from Los Angeles.
I think a part of their souls died a lot. Like, they're like, when are you coming home? When are you bringing the kid home? I'm like, the kid is not here yet.
The kid is going to be born here.
The kid,
from here.
And I got married here.
Oh,
I was going to ask.
So they're. I think that they're just, I'm like,
how dare you,
shaving them down a little bit. I'm like, it's happening.
It's happening.
And I married someone from a different country, so.
Okay.
Which they don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
Right.
They're like, awesome, whatever. Does he have his fucking citizenship?
Yeah. They're like, well, why wouldn't you want to stay home and shovel the driveway every fucking
there's
5
a
minutes?
lovely guy. His name is Tony. He's still wearing jean shorts that pass his fucking knees. I'm like, no, I'm good.
No,
he dirt bike rides. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
What is your pregnancy craving?
Oh, it changes. The thing that has been maintained is citrus.
Oh,
fruit. I'm a psychotic bitch for fruit.
Wow.
I eat so much.
I've heard pregnant women love watermelon.
I heard pregnant women are psychotic bitches.
Who hover over the grapes in the grocery store and grab fistfuls of it.
Ew. Mine's like oranges.
Okay.
Oranges. I have eaten every type of orange.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
does it give you heartburn or like?
No.
You're good. Okay.
Now I kind of get some heartburn.
That was my sister's biggest thing. She had heartburn all the time.
Oh,
that's a pregnancy thing.
Feels like you're dying.
You're like a kid at a youth soccer game, just pounding the orange slices.
Literally.
Also, my sister, we were grocery shopping, and she was like 7 months. She was huge. She was like very pregnant, like about to pop. And we got milk, and I thought we were getting milk like for cereal or for something else.
No.
She walks out, uncaps the milk. We're on the sidewalk, a public sidewalk in Los Angeles. She starts drinking the milk.
Not in LA.
In LA. And I said, I know people in this city,
Not
Sarah.
in LA.
I said, Sarah, please put the milk away.
Awful.
We're 2 blocks from my apartment. She goes, she would yell at me when she was pregnant. She was like, well, I'm thirsty and I really want milk.
Oh no.
And now my nephew's this chonk because he had so much milk.
He's a little milk boy.
He's a chonk boy.
He's a milk boy.
I'm not as aggressive with milk, but fuck, cereal.
Oh, you're craving that.
It's very hard to have in the house.
Yeah.
I crave like frozen things. There's like these fruit wrapped in fruit wrapped in chocolate.
Yum.
And it's fucking delicious.
Yeah.
Ice cream bars. Mama. Because I'm 7 months.
Okay, you're 7 months. I think
7 months.
you're like ravenous.
You know it.
Yeah.
I look over you, I'm like, you
Kyle
We've been
knows.
keeping tabs the entire time.
Honey.
On the entire situation.
Oh yeah, it's pretty wild. Pretty wild.
Okay, wait. So
Yeah.
let's get to the topic at hand. So this
Yeah,
podcast,
let's do it.
we haven't seen you in a minute, and I just like
I
we need to catch up.
I know.
We need to catch up.
We need to catch up.
So this podcast is called Cancel Your Plans.
Yeah.
And
Love that.
how does that work for you in your life?
And I'm so glad you brought that up because I think for me as a huge extrovert, I would never cancel my plans. Never. I was like, no, I made an oath to this person that I would hang out with them to get coffee. Like I was very much like, there's not a chance I'm going to cancel. And then I don't know what happened way before I got pregnant, like 2 years ago or something. I was like, no.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say no to that because people, it's okay to cancel. If you constantly flake,
It's not great.
that sucks.
Yeah.
But I think it's okay to cancel if you're like I personally, if someone cancels on me, I'm like, great.
No, 100%.
You probably have a good reason. And then I get to stay home and do something. You know, read a smutty book or masturbate. I don't know. But it's like I think canceling your plans is okay. But I was so hard on myself about it.
What about it made you feel like it was bad?
Yeah.
Probably growing up on the East Coast and family. It's like you do not
Big,
cancel.
Big family.
If you cancel, they're like, oh, okay. Well, you missed a very important moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vava, your grandmother said things that meant a lot to it. Like,
Yeah.
You
didn't go to so-and-so's christening who you don't have a relationship with?
Or don't care about?
My mother, word for word, once was like, what do you mean you're not coming home for your second cousin's, like, brother's christening?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
This was when I first moved here, and I went, because it's a $600 flight, and I don't have the time off.
I grew up with it. Like,
the guilt.
Like, I would be so sick and I would still have to go to school. I would be literally, this actually just happened. I was in Ireland for Christmas, which is random. And I was super early pregnancy. And I was feeling like death every single day.
Yeah.
And my sister planned this whole hike adventure. And here's the thing. If I just said to her, I'm not feeling it today, she'd be like, yeah, cool, stay home. But I was like, no, I have to go.
We're locked in.
We're locked in. And it made me feel worse. And I was like, why do I do this to myself? And same here. I hate canceling on. This is very hard for me to cancel on like commitments, like shows or like bookings or whatever.
Yeah.
Hangouts, they're a little bit more loosey-goosey. I don't know what it is. I'm really hard on myself about it.
Yeah.
I had to attend too much for most of my life.
Yes.
So then when I realized that I didn't, a big part of moving out here was me kind of like being like, oh, there's finally kind of boundaries between me and my family.
I couldn't agree more.
I kind of went drunk with power and was like, I'm going to say no to a million things. I'm going to leave a million things early. But then you have to sort of even out because then you start realizing that
you're not
then I'm
invited
like, oh,
to
now
stuff.
I'm just like not showing up for the people in my life and I got to figure it out. But it's tough to find that balance where you're not beating yourself up going,
no, I know.
Oh, fuck, I've really blown it here.
It's really hard. And also, you're still friends with the people who have intense FOMO. And they're like, oh, I can't make it to this thing. And they're texting you like 10 times being like, I feel like a bad friend. I feel like I'm blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, you kind of have to go through these cycles. And I think the drunk with power thing is like kind of hitting me now. Well, now I have a perfect excuse for it.
Oh, baby.
But still,
when I get
struggle
pregnant,
to say no.
Really?
Yes.
You can get away with murder. You have...
Literally. I got dinner with a friend who has 2 children under 6 last night. She was 15 minutes late. She rushed on. I'm so sorry. I said, do not apologize. You have 2 children under 6.
Yeah. How dare you?
You just left an insane asylum.
Yeah.
You are allowed to be 15 minutes late.
You're a good friend.
Yeah.
But I was a babysitter for so long, so I know what it's like to have 2 toddlers.
I think what's tricky for me is that this is really what happened to me like a few months ago. There's so many things I want to do.
Yes.
Since I'm naturally an extrovert, I genuinely am like, oh my God, that sounds fucking awesome.
Totally.
And then I'll say yes to it. And it'll be like a month later. And then I'm like, oh yeah, shit, that thing's happening. Or whatever. And like, I go through so many different things. Cause sometimes I'll be like, I'm tired. I don't want to go to that thing. And then I come home. I'm like, I'm so glad I went to that thing.
Yeah.
But I will say I've gotten a lot better, but I'm still a little sick.
Yeah.
Still a
sick in the head.
Little fucked up. A little sick.
Yeah. What is your husband's relationship plans? Like, do you guys both navigate it the same way?
Oh, he's such an interesting man. I love him so much. When I met him, he was such an introvert.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I only met him once and I was like, this guy is fun.
Yeah. And then it all switched. He is such a fucking extrovert. You can let him loose anywhere and there's people come up to me like, man, your husband is fun. And I'm like, okay, that's and like, I know he's fun, but like he only used to show me that side of himself.
Oh, that's cute.
He is such an extrovert. Like, it could be 9 p.m. I'm like, hey, blah, 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 random person from da-da wants to come over. And he's like, awesome, what should I cook up? And I'm like,
do you think you did this? You changed him?
I don't know.
Sounds like you did.
I feel like he's always been like, I don't know. Maybe I did a little bit. But he's so good he's just a different extrovert. Because if he doesn't want to, he won't do it.
And that's incredible.
I'm good. He has incredible boundaries.
And he doesn't think twice. And he doesn't have FOMO.
He doesn't really have FOMO. The only thing he has FOMO for, he likes to like dance until like 6 a.m. He's like warehouse dance guy.
Oh, fun.
Whoa.
Like techno, drum and bass. That's his vibe. Trance.
Uh-huh.
Could
his
not be
vibe.
farther from what I like to do.
Could not be farther from me
Yeah.
specifically. Like
Yeah.
trance.
I
mean, he's
hate
Eastern
warehouses.
European, so
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Like dunce, dunce,
yeah.
dunce.
And he'll do it till like 6 a.m.
Wow.
So he'll get FOMO over missing that. But my improv show, he won't get FOMO.
What's your expiration time? When do you turn into a pumpkin?
Ooh, it's different now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're
Now it's like 11:30 p.m.
Of course.
But before that, I think I could go till 2.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, 2 is usually 1
And
or 2.
it was, I would be like dancing with him with my eyes
yeah.
shut.
Yeah.
I was like Stevie Wonder. I was just like the whole time. So
Like, damn,
now,
she's really feeling it.
yeah, she's feeling it. What drugs is she on?
I use my contacts a lot as an excuse. Like,
Oh,
my
that's
contacts
enough.
really stop working if I've worn them past like 6 or 7 or 8 hours. And I'll go, guys, like, I straight up can't see it. Gotta go home. And it's
She
true.
do that to you?
Have I?
We actually we meet up for early dinners, so we're not out.
Oh,
late
Kyle and
together.
I will have a 4:30 p.m.
A 4:30 dinner is gorgeous.
Yes, come with.
I would.
Come
I
in.
literally will, because that is the time.
We're done, checked, paid by like 6 or 7.
Yeah,
we're in
home,
bed
we're
by
tucked
8.
in.
Are you guys morning people?
I
No.
am a morning person.
No.
I,
Me too.
Well, it's like I'm not like sunshine and rainbows in the
No.
morning,
No.
but I think I'm very. Again, I'm not sure if it's an East Coast thing, but it's very like if you want to
Get up with the sun.
get up with
Yeah.
the sun, and especially in like the cold months,
Yeah.
it's like you got to get motivated. You got to really kind
Shovel
of
your car out.
But you have to use the
Momentum.
momentum.
Yep.
To like fire yourself out of bed, because
Yep.
otherwise you're not leaving. You have to like hit it hard.
Once you hit a time,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
done.
Kyle likes like a cup of Joe
Yeah.
in
Me
the
too.
morning, like blurry
morning.
eyes, being like,
Blurry
gotta
eyes.
get to work.
Me
Like, that's
too.
your thing.
But it's also like how I kind of like to cosplay adulthood, wherever my
Yeah.
preconceived fantasy of what it felt like to be a grown-up was like you sit alone, you have your cup of coffee.
100%.
There's a little diner around the block from my apartment, and I love to sit by myself in a booth at a diner with a cup of coffee and a greasy breakfast, and I go,
Oh,
Kyle loves a diner.
"That's my
he
thing."
loves it. Almost like you're a detective.
Yeah.
I literally pretend I'm a detective
Yes.
often.
Yeah.
And you're
I'm like,
tired from the night before.
What's your ritual look like?
What's my what?
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
like
what's
your
your-
little
Morning
ritual?
ritual.
Yeah.
I like start thinking about all the cases that I have to solve and the crimes that I have
Yeah.
to solve. No, I
Uh-huh.
like contemplate my day. I
Yeah.
don't talk to a soul.
Okay.
Like my husband will like, good morning.
And you're like,
Nice.
too busy, can't talk.
Yeah, I'm just like, good morning, how are you? And it's just like, I'm not chatterbox. I keep it in. I have like a bathrobe,
It's a contemplative time. I have a bathroom too.
slippers. Man. And then I sometimes open up my little screen door. We just moved to a place with like
Oh, a screen door.
tiny little outside area, but it's
essential.
enough.
Fuck me.
And I go out there and I'm just like,
Kyle loves a screen door. He
another day.
Kyle installed a screen
I
door.
installed the screen. And let me tell you something.
It
does
is
it go to
apart.
just a wall?
So essentially, because
Basically,
they
yes.
built this huge Airbnb next door. I used to have this most impeccable
Stop.
view of the Hollywood
Yeah.
Hills,
Yeah.
and it was like you could see like sunrise, sunset. They spent 5 years building this
Horrible.
I hate
hideous
those
Airbnb.
people.
Yeah.
No one moved in for 5 years.
Awful.
There was oftentimes one person with like a hammer at like 7 a.m. banging like the side of the building.
We got to get this done.
Get this done.
We gotta get
Nightmare.
this done.
But now it's like just this blank wall, but I installed a screen door
Yeah.
just to my apartment, and I just stand there
With his cup of Joe.
coffee.
You guys are really screen
Staring
porch.
at my-
Yeah.
Literally, it's
Yeah.
because that's probably what we grew up with. It's just a
Yeah.
screen door means freedom.
Because we were just watching our mothers disassociate in the, in the
Yeah, it's
kitchen.
just
It's
like my mom would be like ripping weeds out. She's like, I'm just gonna get in the garden.
Yes,
I was like,
yes.
is everything okay? She's like hands and knees, like, yeah.
So when your parents would fight, she would just go rip out
Yeah.
weeds.
What? Is
Yeah.
your mom Portuguese?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you
there's
both have
something-
Portuguese moms.
So like
We both have
literally-
Portuguese moms, yes.
Yeah. There's a thing there.
Identical. It would be like 6:30 in the morning, and if she
God.
wasn't in the kitchen, I would then see her. We had this stone walkway that had a bunch of cracks in it. There was always dandelions coming out, and she's just
Stop.
not
Dude,
yanking
it's
out
their
with-
addiction. It's like
It's so sweet.
if they don't get outside and get working,
Yeah.
all the
think about you-
attention's on you. They're like, what is this shit on the table?
Yeah.
Well,
What have
think
you done
about
this
you
morning?
brats.
Yeah.
You brats were probably driving her crazy. You both come from large.
No, I
No.
was working my ass off.
How many siblings do you have?
4.
Yeah, you
One of
guys are
4.
similar.
Whoa! Are they mixed? Boys, girls?
All
All
boys.
boys.
And you were
Mine's
all girls.
Crazy.
Whoa.
We were 2 sides of the same coin.
Literally.
And they were going, none of these kids do shit around here. Mind you,
Yeah,
not
you were doing so much.
sun up to sundown, there was a list of chores
I
that we
was
were
just
doing.
going to say, every single weekend we had a list of chores. First of all, I was working at Dunkin' Donuts at 5
course you were.
fucking a.m.
Jesus.
I bought my own car at 16 because the amount of tips I got.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, there was 5 Dunkin' Donuts in my town, all owned by one Portuguese family.
Nice.
No one spoke English, and they were so awesome. And we were the only people they only hired Portuguese people, but we were like Portuguese American.
Yeah.
So we spoke a bunch of English, so we got so many tips.
Nice.
And there was so much drama between them. The guy who owned it was sleeping with all these like white women in the town.
who are like
Incredible.
running each of the
No,
Dunkins, or,
no,
like,
who would
just
come
the-
in. Like
the
one
customers?
came in through the drive-through once, one came in through the thing. They were asking for him, and he was in the back
Wow.
like,
And was he married with like a bunch of kids?
he wasn't married, but all of them were.
Wow, so when they asked for extra,
You need to
he
go-
really gave them extra.
He gave him extra, honey.
Whoa.
You need to go back and do a documentary about him.
I have like loosely written the show, and I don't think it'll
Okay.
ever see the light of day, but
Oh.
maybe one day,
Uh-huh.
because me and my little sister worked there.
Aww.
But
Is it about like
anyways-
sisters that work at a
Yeah,
coffee shop?
yeah, and it was so much drama.
Cute.
But like, I was such a good kid. I even asked my mom. I was like, was I a good kid?
Where are you in the order?
Yeah.
3rd.
You too? Oh my god, you guys!
Holy shit!
What?
Are we siblings? Are we playing the mirror game?
We just morph into the same.
Yeah, and we go, hi, Mary.
I don't feel jealousy at all.
It's like the substance. We're just a monstrosity. Of,
Oh my
I
god.
can't believe that's so cute. You guys came from Portuguese families, Massachusetts, 1 of 4 boys, girls.
yeah.
I
Crazy
didn't
stuff.
know that you were 1 of 4 and
Yeah.
you were the 3rd.
Yeah.
The 3rd is a very interesting role because to me, in my role, I couldn't have too big of a problem. Like my problems couldn't be too big. I couldn't take up too much space. So I was kind of like, come on, everybody, get together.
But
Were you
hyper
the peace-
independent because of it, though.
Super independent.
Were you guys the peacemakers, the communicators?
Like half and half. I would be peacekeeper like with each sibling. Like I would have my own relationship with each sibling, but I was never like, let's all get along. Like I didn't do that.
You knew better.
But I definitely went to my room and like that was my world in therapy. Like you couldn't have too big of a problem.
No, not at all. You couldn't have too big of a problem, and then you couldn't also be too big of like a. It was also like when you have 2 older siblings, it's like they, especially two, like. I feel like my mom was very intense with like the first 2. First one was
Very.
super intense.
Yeah.
Second one was the favorite, so got away with a lot of stuff. So then by the time I was a teenager, I had a lot of freedom because she
I had
was
a
like,
ton of freedom.
I'm exhausted. You know what not to do.
Yeah, she's like, you're a good kid. You know what to do.
She's not paying attention.
But then when you grow up and you're like, why do I need so much attention? Because no one was looking for me, baby.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm going to LA. They were like, good luck
Okay.
out there.
Good for you.
I'm going to LA.
Good luck.
So Amanda, we have a game that we like to play here.
Ooh, let's play game.
It's called Bail or Nail. And
Okay.
it's a list of like activities and events. Bail, I'd bail on that. Nail, I would go to that.
Love.
Yeah.
Okay,
Love
you can
this.
answer quickly, or you can expound on why you like
Yeah,
it.
we'll
or
go
not.
at your pace.
We'll go at your pace. Okay. Okay. Baptisms.
Bail.
Wait, I don't have the new list.
Oh shit! I'll text it to you. Let's start it again.
She's like, wait a second.
Usually I text it to her and then I didn't.
We forgot. We were so caught
Oh
up
my
on the
god,
Sarah
I just
Michelle
noticed your
Gellar.
shirt.
You like that?
Buffy.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I should rewatch Buffy. It's so
We have
good.
so much work to do.
We have so
Kyle
much
does
work
it
to
every
so much work
year,
to do.
right? Don't you do a rewatch every
I
year?
rewatch it every year.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Such enemies to lovers vibes, like classic.
Yeah, classic.
And then you have, like, especially with shows like that run for like 22 episodes,
Mm-hmm.
you get your yearly like Halloween episode. So it's like
Yeah.
a fun thing every
Oh,
Halloween.
yeah.
You get to
Yeah.
da-da-da. It's really.
It's seasonal.
We'll
Kyle
talk.
likes seasonal too. I'm not getting it yet.
We'll talk. We'll
get
lock
it.
in. I'm sending it right now.
I'll get it.
I got it.
Sorry, I had to talk about Buffy.
I'll get it.
I got it.
Okay,
love
so
her.
this is a game called Bail or Nail.
Yes.
Bail, you wouldn't go. Nail, you would go.
Heard.
Okay, first one, baptisms.
Bail.
Viewing parties for TV shows.
Nail.
A wine and paint night.
I've done it. And honestly, it depends on who you go with.
Sure.
So, now, you just get blitzed out of your mind
so
and
fun.
paint the same thing as 10 other people.
Yeah.
So nail.
Do you feel emboldened to like freestyle a little bit since you kind
No,
of
0%. I'm like, I will follow exactly what this person says.
Yeah.
nice?
But it always looks like shit.
An improv show.
Nail, depending on who is in it.
Mhm.
Lately, time is precious, but I do.
Sure.
I have not gone to an improv show just for fun. I go to see people that I want to see.
Okay.
And it's still fun, but like,
Yeah.
I don't choose a random improv show that I go to. It's
No.
always because I'm like, oh, I want to see this person.
some work related thing probably too. Like
Oh,
some,
but also like, oh my God, I haven't seen this person in a while. So,
totally.
nail.
Good call. White elephant party.
Nail. Tough. Nail.
Nail. What about it?
Yeah, why
was
is it
enjoyable
tough?
to you?
Like, I feel like I don't work in that too corporate of a world where we have that. But we did throw a party where we did a white elephant, but it was only sex toys, and that was really
That is
fun.
fun.
But
But
Yeah.
that has to be a specific environment. That
But one person brought a blow up doll, and you know it's a blow up doll, so it's kind of hard
Yeah.
to.
did they
hide.
wrap it?
Yeah,
That's
and
hilarious.
it's massive, like in the corner.
That's so great.
That's actually a very funny move.
Nail.
A high school theater production of Rent.
Oh, for the stories. Can I say both?
Yeah.
I kind of want to say nail because I just think it would be
Hilarious.
like them singing about AIDS.
It's very funny, but
And
also
dying?
it's like there's school edition versions of the show. So like, what do they do? They talk about AIDS, or do they just go like, she's sick?
And like
Yeah.
drug addiction.
Light My Candle was
Sex
probably
work?
like people were dying for that
yeah.
role.
Yeah.
Yeah, sex work, exactly.
Yeah, sex
Oh
work.
yeah,
What's her name?
Mimi.
Yes.
What high schooler is singing "Take Me Out Tonight"?
And that's such a
Take
good song.
me.
What's the time? It's gotta
gonna
be close to midnight.
Yeah, 8:30. And my mom said I could probably go out, then I don't have to be home. So nail.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Okay.
Okay.
This was an accident. A big old bowl of cereal.
Nail. 100%.
What's your
the
cereal?
right cereal?
Which
Yeah,
one?
what's the cereal?
I'm kind of boring in that way, but I like peanut butter balls or Quaker oatmeal
You said that
squares.
so ashamed.
Peanut
Yeah.
butter balls.
You mean like Captain Crunch? No, that's not. That's
No.
Like Reese's.
Reese's,
cereal.
yeah.
No.
Puffins, peanut butter puffins.
Puffins.
Oh,
Thank
you're like the
you.
healthy version. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I grew up. I wasn't allowed to have sugar cereals. This is the
fair,
thing
fair.
I talk about often. So what are all those sugar like Fruit Loops or anything? I don't fuck
Captain
with
Crunch,
that.
Fruit Loops,
I don't
Magic
fuck with it. Frosted
Charms.
Flakes. Nah.
Was Raisin Bran allowed?
Raisin Bran was allowed.
We were
See,
big Raisin
that,
Bran.
Like had a lot of sugar in it though.
I know.
Yeah.
Frosted Mini Wheats.
Oh,
Okay,
fuck
that's
me.
sugary, and I
So
will fuck
good.
with that.
But it was wheat, so it was
was wheat.
so
appropriate.
good.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. Okay.
Because your mom was always on a diet.
Yes.
The Special K diet.
Oh God,
Alone.
Special K diet.
Living
Crystal
on a bowl
Light.
of cereal.
Crystal Light diet. What was
Light.
that?
It was just
just
Crystal
juice.
Light.
It's just
My mom was
juice.
always.
was
doing
your
some
mom
insane
ever
diet.
on the ginger broth? It was like it was
No.
cayenne pepper, lemon juice, and broth. My mother was horrifying on that diet.
Oh.
I'm sure. My
Would
mom did
yell.
a cabbage diet. I think she made it up.
No, I've heard of the cabbage. I think I've heard of the cabbage. It's just cabbage.
She wasn't a good person after that, and then she got back to normal.
She wasn't a good person.
my gosh.
Okay, theme park restaurants.
Theme park restaurants.
Restaurants in theme parks.
I want to bail on that
Yeah.
I think that's
because the
fair.
food is bad and it's so overpriced.
Overpriced.
So
It's
expensive.
Like, what are we waiting? And you're waiting in line for a long time too to like even get a table.
Forever, and then some of them still have like the people that come around all dressed up,
Oh,
and it
no.
feels a little
Yeah.
awkward.
Don't come close
There's
to
always
me.
Don't
birds
touch me.
around too. Lots of birds.
Yeah,
Too many
Because
birds.
people have fed them, like too many kids
Yeah,
have given
yeah,
them
yeah.
French fries, so they
You're
just
so
kind of
right.
like land right at their table.
they're part of the restaurant.
They are.
Yeah,
And this last one, being way up in a tree.
bail.
Bail. Too scary.
Sounds awesome. Like sounds like something I'm like, yeah, do it. But bail.
Yeah.
It's a bit scary. I'm afraid of heights. Like I don't want to skydive,
Same.
Same.
but I love to scuba dive. I'll go
I don't know.
down.
That's so dangerous.
Oh,
Oh, I love it.
I know someone who went blind from it.
How?
Because when you go up too fast, you
pressure?
get the pressure thing.
Their eyeballs.
And it can pop the corneas.
You can get the
They
bends.
exploded.
They exploded.
They didn't explode, but something happened. They detached.
They came out like the
Don't
mask.
scuba dive unless you're ready.
Mary, I've been scuba diving forever.
Oh, really? You're a big
since
scuba
I was
diver?
14, yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa,
But I have popped blood vessels in my eyes.
Why
came
are you
up a
waiting
little
till now
too
to tell us this?
Damn.
Yeah.
Or you come from a family of scuba divers?
Yeah. My mom is a scuba diver. She's like, when you're
Holy
14, you're
cow.
going to get certified.
That is so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so cool.
I was very scared,
Yeah.
but I'm really glad I did it when I was 14.
yeah.
I think if I tried to do it now as
you
an
know
adult,
less.
you know way too much. First of all, Instagram just scares you about sharks, but when you dive, there are sharks down there and they don't fuck with you.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. My dad loves to scuba dive, and he does like night scuba diving, and I'm like, you couldn't pay me.
One thing I haven't been able to do, my mom wants me to desperately do night dives, and I haven't done it.
Where does your mom dive?
She loves, so I got certified in Belize,
Cool.
in Berks Cay. It was awesome. But she likes to dive in like Caribbean, like Cayman Islands and Turks and Caicos.
Like
and
clear
the
waters.
DR and clear waters. But then like the Azores, we dived in the Azores.
Cool.
Yeah, and
Is
that
that
was
a lake?
No, the the Azores are the islands in Portugal.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never
that's
been.
so fun.
What about being down there is like your favorite thing? Like what calls you to the sea?
What calls you to the sea?
Triton. He's like, my child, my girls.
My girl.
My girls. It's actually very relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong. Like I struggle sometimes when I go because you have to try to go every year. Obviously, I can't go now, but like I struggle when I'm down there. Sometimes I'll use up all my air because I'm like.
Oh.
But really, if you just remain calm, it's very, very calming and quiet.
Yeah.
And you look at the coral reef and you look at all the fish doing their thing, and you really are like one with them down there.
That's so cool.
And of course, you'll run into like the very rich divers. We're just like middle of the road divers. I don't own my own gear. I go, I rent their gear. I know how to put it on. I know all that stuff. The rich divers, whenever they're on your like tour, it sucks.
Why?
Because it's like they didn't golf, so they decided to put all their money in scuba diving. They have like the camera, which you're like, fuck off.
Oh, is it that thing that's like
Yeah.
this?
So you'll have like the instructor tap his tank to be like, look, there's a tiny little shrimp. And they're like,
And they're blocking your goddamn view.
and they're kicking coral and they're ruining everything. And then they'll come up and they'll have like warm blanket. They'll put like a heated scuba blanket. I'm like, just fuck off.
Jesus.
Ew.
So
God.
those are the worst, but I love it. All my sisters do it except for one. So I always have like, it's just something that you do.
So cool.
And I got my husband certified.
Fun.
Yeah, in Kauai, which is a crazy place to get certified.
Oh, yeah.
The tides are insane. But he did it.
Cool.
And he loved it.
Like they're hard to swim in.
They're hard to swim in. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Kauai like gets hit 1st with all the tides. And they don't give a shit. If it's crazy out there, they'll still go.
My mom was snorkeling when she was pregnant with me.
Whoa.
Because I think in the 90s, they just didn't have rules the way they have now.
Yeah.
And she was snorkeling and she threw up through her snorkel.
I've seen that underwater.
Because she was seasick and pregnant.
Yeah.
And the throw up like flew through her. And she yelled at my father for like weeks after. She's like, you made me snorkel. I wasn't like, I was seasick.
Oh, no.
Blah, blah, blah. She was really upset.
Dude, I've seen someone throw up like 60 feet down.
Oh, fuck.
That's great. Do the fish
Ew.
go?
Yeah, the fish love that shit.
They go.
Ew, ew,
And
ew.
you know it's happening because you're on the boat with them and they're like, last night was crazy. You're like, this is going to be a rough dive for you.
Last night was a
Do they
movie.
take off their thing and
They take
and then
off
put
their
it back?
thing and throw up and put it back and then like they clear it. You can do that. Yeah.
That's
Hilarious.
horrifying.
Yeah. But I love it. It's very fun.
Wow. And you're feeding the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
All right, so the last part of our show is where we have a listener.
No, it's over.
I know
We can keep chatting
we
for a
can do
little
this
bit
for
longer.
hours. We can do this
We
for
have
hours.
we have a lot
But-
to discuss about Mystic Pizza still.
Yeah, literally.
Um,
Hours.
Yeah, we do this thing where we ask listeners to submit like a quandary, a thought about like a plan, and ask for your advice.
Ooh.
And you kind of like weigh in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the mail. Hi, so I'm having an issue with a friend of mine who keeps bailing on things at the last minute, yet always wants to be included and invited to things. There were 2 concerts in a row that she bailed hours before the show starts, weeks after tickets were already bought. Ooh. One I went to on my own, the other I didn't know the artist well enough so to bother going alone. I'm making plans with other friends, and she wants to be invited, but always bails at the last minute. For example, for New Year's Eve, she made us think about being invited and feeling left out, so I said I'd include her on whatever me and some other friends are doing. We picked this event that was going to sell out quickly, so I just bought all of the tickets. She didn't pay for it right away, but whatever, I figured she would eventually.
Tough.
But then she just bailed on the plans again the day before. Now I just don't want to invite her to things or agree to do things with her because she bails almost every time. And while I understand that she has some issues that gets in the way sometimes, I'm tired of being made to feel bad for not including her when she always bails on me.
This is really tough. It's that same thing. It's like the FOMO thing. They want to be involved, but then they bail.
They don't actually want to go.
And I don't know what the issues are that they're bailing. Like, it could be real things. But in my opinion, in this new era of speaking my mind, I feel like this friend should be very honest in like a loving way. Like, hey man, like, it sucks. Like, I've bought tickets in the past and you've bailed and like you've never paid me back. And also like, it's just too, honestly, it's too much. It's too much for me to try to handle. I think it is not our responsibility to take care of someone's FOMO.
Oh,
Agreed.
like 100%.
If someone has FOMO, like, tough.
I don't know what to
I'm
tell
so sorry.
you.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
But like this person, and now every single time they're making plans, they have to think about this other person.
No.
That's not on them. That's not fair.
No.
This person has to take responsibility. If they want to be invited to things and they want to keep bailing, they're not going to get invited to things. That's just what that looks like.
Exactly.
And if they're not going to put any work into like planning or purchasing,
Yeah.
it's gotta be reciprocal. You can't be the one who's always doing the planning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if there's a world where you're like, if you know that know this about yourself,
Yeah.
you know that you feel FOMO,
Yeah.
you can very easily be like, hey, I always want to be invited to stuff.
Yeah.
Please always invite me. I most likely will say no, so don't commit me to paying for a
Right.
thing. But please always invite me. There will probably be a time where I do want to come.
yes.
It'll make me feel really good if I'm
Right.
invited.
Totally.
And like, I might bail day of, or ultimately like whatever. Don't count on me, but please invite me.
Yes, exactly. And also
Yeah.
like that's still not even their responsibility to keep inviting them.
Exactly. But then you've at least communicated that you wanted to go.
Yeah, it sounds like this person has not come to terms with that they bail so often.
Yeah. No,
And
they're not self-aware.
Yeah, and I think what will happen is like maybe this person just stops inviting them to things and then they're going to go, "Damn, I miss my friends." And then the next thing that they maybe get invited to, they'll actually be like, "I'm going to make this happen."
Yeah. I'm
That's
so glad
that's tough because
not
whenever
me.
I've had friends say, "Hey, I don't ask you to do stuff on the weekdays anymore because I know your job, like you can't really do it." And I've been like, "Oh, that's a bummer, but you're so right." Like it's emotional labor for me to have to keep saying no, I can't do that.
Right.
But if you ask me to do something on a Saturday, that's great.
Right.
But then you're like, what else? What am I missing out on the weekdays? But you kind of have to own it.
Yeah, you have to own it, and then you will start to sit back and go, "Damn, I really miss my friends. Let me organize something."
Exactly. Let me put the effort in.
Yeah, I think this person just needs to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also being honest, it sounds really scary, but then you get to see people's true colors. You get to see, and damn, we don't have enough time in this world to make everyone feel good.
I agree so wholeheartedly. Mimi Von Schack, I always think about, she's always going, "This isn't a dress rehearsal. This is happening now. This is."
Amen.
I love her
Like, what
so
are you doing?
much.
If this is a thing that you want, do it. If you don't have time for it, don't make time for it. But like,
What are we doing?
We got one go around, sister. What are we doing?
That's what I love about Mimi is you know what she's thinking. You do not need to guess.
No mystery there.
She lets you know what she's thinking, and if she can do it, she will be there. And that's the thing is like you want someone there that really can be there, physically be there, and mentally be there.
Yeah.
And that's that.
Agreed.
I know. It's incredible.
And that is that.
That's that.
That's
This flew by.
I know.
Flew by.
I have a million questions
We have a
still
million
to ask
questions.
you.
Flew by.
So glad that you came to hang out.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've seen you.
So long. Too
It's
long.
Too long.
So great to catch up.
Too long.
Hear
And-
about your scuba diving. Wish you had brought that up earlier in the pod.
Mystic Pizza threw me for a loop.
I'm sorry. We had to get it. We had to get into pizza.
We had to.
Is there anything that you'd like to like plug or let people know about?
Yeah.
that
Where can we
want them to
find
check?
you on socials?
Yeah.
Social at Filming Amanda. Really cool name. I came up with it years ago, and I'm sticking to it.
It's great.
You can see me at Smosh, my podcast, Smosh Mouth.
Yes.
We always do something. I think we have some really fun things coming up,
Ooh.
but I won't say too much about that. And then I know I'm pregnant, but I still have some live shows that I'm probably going to be doing.
Oh yeah.
And that will probably be the end of that for a little bit.
Yeah, that is your right.
And then I will sleep. Maybe. Actually, I won't
You know
sleep.
you won't.
What am I
Oh, no.
saying?
You're actually
Oh
not.
no, new mom.
You
being
won't
an
sleep
idiot.
for a year. But I
think
have
longer.
heard there are some kids who do sleep right off the bat. I have
Yay.
heard it. It's very rare, but I've seen babies that do that.
Me coming from the East Coast, that might not happen.
I don't think it's going to happen.
We're calling it in for you.
Thank you.
We'll make some
yeah,
calls.
good sleeping.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
We'll make some calls. We'll pull some strings, and we'll make sure that baby sleeps.
Yeah.
I do have one question. What is the special sauce in the Mystic Pizza? Anybody?
Anybody? A little extra sugar?
A little love.
Let me know in the comments.
A little love.
Little
Sound
love.
off in the comments.
Little love. No, thank you guys for having me. That was
Thanks for coming.
wonderful.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye.